So you made it to week 3. Congratulations. This class is going to go really fast. I can't even believe it's March already. So let's talk about week 3. In week 2, you took a look at cost characteristics and 2 costing systems, which you use to accumulate costs on a project. You learned about job order and process costing. You looked at the cost flow under each of these costing systems, along with the allocation of manufacturing overhead, and coming up with a single predetermined overhead manufacturing rate to apply to that product. So for example, to make a pair of shoes, you've got, you know what the direct labor is, you might know what the material cost is, but how to determine the lights of the building, the pencils, the supplies, the facility cost, how do you apply that piece of it that we pay extra indirect costs for to the product to determine a selling price? And that's an overhead multiplier. And sometimes there might be multiple activities to get to making that pair of shoes that is not, I guess, conducive to using one type of overhead multiplier. So what you're going to learn in this chapter is when there are multiple activities to get to making that pair of shoes, like a product line, business development costs, you have to come up with an overhead multiplier based on different facets of that. And what you're going to learn is something called activity-based costing, or the ABC method, which allocates overhead costs based on the activities in the process. A lot of times the ABC method is used in non-manufacturing purposes, maybe services firms that maybe don't make a product but sell a service. Architectural, engineering, construction, software. And in order to apply an overhead multiplier to the service, there might be a different way to come up with that cost. So you're going to look at this way to determine another overhead multiplier in week 3. And I'm going to post a couple videos. I think that's about the extent of this week. So if you have any questions or concerns, give me a shout. Otherwise, make sure you're paying attention to the announcements. I try to post as many tips and tricks and just extra supplemental material to help you get through. So take care and have a good week.